Hello and welcome everyone to this week's COT review. I'm Thomas from COTbase.com. Today we're going to be looking at the 49th Commitments of Traders Report of 2019. And as we always do, we shall start this analysis with the largest changes in commercials positions. You can see we've got the rough rice on top of our list with a 24% change in commercials positions, much greater than average. Although we've seen similar changes in the past, this of course is suggesting there could be some further weakness coming early next week. If we move on to the 5-year chart, you can also see the COT Extreme being definitely more bearish. It can grow a little bit more if you look at these examples I'm showing to you right now. This one from 2017, a wonderful example of a bearish COT Extreme signal just at this top in the market. So both of our indicators are pointing downwards, that's for sure. Now moving on to the next market, we have the Australian dollar with a 22% change in commercials positions, the same exact change size in large speculators. Again, we're talking about a bearish signal, suggesting some weakness coming early next week. And if we move on to the 5-year chart, you can see that we've basically since October of last year, so in the past 1 year, moved away from this very significant bullish extreme without any significant change in the trend. Now, let me just go back over here to the settings section, and I'd like to show you something which is I would consider very useful. We have this long-term trend indicator that works very well with currencies like the Australian dollar as well. And you can see whenever large speculators went below the zero line, they became net short. You can see that was a signal that the trend is downwards. Whenever they went back up above the zero line, becoming net long, that was a signal you might want to change your positions toward a bullish stand. And now we are currently in a downtrend, no question about that. So if you were just simply following this indicator, you would be definitely taking advantage of this signal. Moving on to the New Zealand dollar, 20% change over there in commercials positions. You can see that change size over there, much greater than average. It's easily visible on the chart. It is coming after a significant and dynamic rally in the market, which, by the way, was signaled a couple of reviews ago. I remember I was talking about this beautiful bullish COT Extreme in the market. You can see how well it affected the New Zealand dollar, pushing it higher. And of course, as the market is rallying, we are not surprised to see the stress levels declining. Of course, we're very far away from any meaningful bearish COT Extreme. You can see examples for that. So this, of course, this COT report in itself suggests that this rally could continue on for many weeks or even months. And of course, we would be waiting for a very significant bearish COT Extreme to shift our views on the market. Moving on to large speculators COT Extreme, we've got the Euro-Japanese yen pair with a all-time COT Extreme. Now, I must warn you, don't forget that this market is a market that has a shorter COT history. Nevertheless, it is something that we should definitely have our eyes on. It is an all-time COT Extreme, suggesting that it could eventually go even higher. Euro can strengthen against the Japanese yen, basically. The Brazilian real is our next market. Again, all-time COT Extreme over there in large speculators, also in commercials. It is, of course, a bullish COT Extreme, suggesting higher prices coming in the medium to long term. And last but not least, let's have a look at the natural gas, where we have this 220 report extreme in large speculators, 210 report extreme in commercials. This again is a bullish COT Extreme signal. You can see how well the market reacted to the past bullish COT Extremes, pushing it higher. So of course, this does not mean that you should jump into the market right away. This extreme could easily widen to even greater stress levels in the next couple of weeks. So that's just a reminder for you to be cautious. Nevertheless, there's an unquestionable bullish stress in the market that suggests we could see higher prices coming. So that was all for this review. Of course, don't forget you can have a look at other COT charts, do a more in-depth and detailed COT analysis if you want. Thank you very much for your attention. I appreciate it, and see you next week. Take care. Goodbye.